Alright, what's going on YouTube? Back for another video. This time discussing the decline of community in third spaces. And I definitely have noticed a decline in community in third spaces, especially since growing up in the early 2000s and 2010s. You were either hanging out with neighbor kids or playing outside all the time, and even like walking over to other friends' houses to hang out. And I do think that smartphones have definitely made people more socially isolated because you can just watch TikTok and Instagram reels instead of talking and hanging out with people. And I think the suburbs also contribute because nobody knows their neighbors, at least these days. Like, barely anybody knows their neighbors, and everybody is essentially just living in their own castle, essentially. And I think even that, like, it also ties into the nature of like modern jobs. Like, everybody's in their own world with their 9 to 5 job. They don't have much time outside of work to hang out. And even with that, I don't think that work is like a real community. There's a whole bunch of like corporate gaslighting about we're a family here when your employment is at will and you can literally be fired for no reason at all. And like work is like a fake and synthetic community in every way. And the internet itself has created, synthetic communities as a replacement for a community in third spaces, but they act more like echo chambers than a real community. It's nice to find a community of like minded people online that maybe agree with you on something, but I don't think it replaces a real community. And like one of the primary reasons why the system seems to reward social isolation is because isolated people consume more to cope. Buying stuff will never make you happy anyway, though. And like personally, like I'm a minimalist, and like I mostly spend money on like buying games on sale and like fast food and movie tickets, and like that's pretty much it for me. And like another thing that ties into the decline of community in third spaces is that people need to have like social interaction to have a happy and fulfilling life. And a really good example of this is the Ikigai community in Japan, which is also called, they're also called blue zones, which is a community of friends and neighbors who meet regularly, talk, have food, and help each other as a community, either like financially or emotionally. And these ikigai communities in Japan, like these people, I know I've watched videos of them before. Like they live to be like 100 years old and stuff like this. Like and they're active doing stuff and hanging out and chilling and stuff like that. And I don't think that hyper individualist consumer culture is something that builds lasting friendships and communities because every interaction becomes transactional and people think, what's in it for me with this? Which on its own is like an anti-social mindset itself. It also encourages like the idea of buying an identity. So, you look at the people who line up to buy like the latest Apple products. I'm not saying like I'm immune to this at all because I'm also a consumer. I also buy stuff. I also consume things. And it also, like the idea of like buying stuff and keeping up with the Joneses is like, it's not only is it like financially like retarded, like it's not gonna like fulfill you anyway. And um I mean, obviously you can make new friends, you know, approaching strangers and talking to people and stuff, but most people wouldn't talk or anything like that, I don't think. Um, and, I think the main solution is to, hang out with friends more. Like for me, I still hang out with my friends from high school and have a good time. And, yeah, I don't think that buying stuff is going to make you happy. I don't think that um, becoming a part of a consumer tribe is going to make you happy. I don't think that, you know, I think we're definitely seeing a concerted effort by the system to have people socially isolated, whether it's just being obsessed with your job all the time. You know, there is like, I definitely feel like there is a culture in the US where people pretend to be busy, but they're not busy. As like an excuse not to hang out with people. Um, which I mean, that's fine. I mean, people can do whatever, but I don't think that's gonna be helpful for you like later down the line when like maybe you need a friend for something or maybe you want to talk with somebody. Um, so yeah, I mean, just reiterating my main points. Just definitely hang out with friends more. I and yeah, just touch grass maybe. I don't know.